Alright. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Yes, Arya, back at you with another lesson. So I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Arakak Wadash. Double honors to all the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations to all the sincere Akim. I'm going to say, rise up to the house of David. We rising, we rising. It's kicking off, man. It's kicking off in a good way. In righteousness. Yeah, the Most High is touching down on the earth, man, visiting the earth. Second Ezra's 9. Let me get that, man. To start. Let me read that to start it all off. To get the ball rolling. Get 2nd Ezra's. This is in the book of the Apocrypha. 2nd Ezra's 9. We're going to go to, and let's read. 2nd Ezra's 9 and 2 says, Then shalt they understand that it is that very same time therein the highest shall begin to visit the world which he had made. The highest will begin to visit the world which he had made. Wherefore, when they shall be seen earthquakes, uproars of the people, right, it's all there, you know, all it speaks for itself. In the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spoke those things from the days that were before. From the days that were before. Let's take a stop so I can read. Even from the beginning, for like it as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. Even so, the times also of the highest have plain beginnings in wonder and powerful works, in endings and effects and signs. And everyone that shall be saved shall be able to be escaped by his works and by faith whereby ye have believed. So we see what's going on, man. You know that skirmish, we're going to call it a skirmish for now. You know, because, you know, it's the beginning, as it says there. It's the Most High, then shalt they understand, and we do understand, yeah, that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he had made. And how does he visit the world which he had made? His spirit and prophecies being fulfilled via the angels controlling and manipulating the minds of the people. Right now there's a frenzied over there in Israel, there's a frenzied spirit over there. You know, the attacks with the bombings with the Gaza and Israel, that Israel versus Gaza, that Amalekite versus Arab spirit. And on my way over here, you know, because they're saying there's actually protests around the world in Tokyo. There's protests in Tokyo relating to that same skirmish that's going on over Israel. So it's picking up, man. The frenzied spirit is picking up around the globe, man. Tokyo, riots in Tokyo, Berlin. So also New York, there's protests about that skirmish. And over here in England, there's protests, man. So violence begot violence. It's contagious. Because when you actually see, you know, people are watching the news and they're seeing the bombings and the houses and the buildings going down, the media. They've attacked the media buildings where the media, you know, do their news and they do all their reportings and all the paperwork. So they've bombed those buildings to try and limit the reporting that's going on over there. You know, because people are, they know it's contagious. People are watching the news and they're going out protesting. You know, I actually saw a fight on the way over here. I don't know the details, but to me they look like they could be, look like Ishmael, and it looked like some kind of shop. and they was attacking this shop, man. It looked very similar. If you was to put it, just picture that little bit of violence that I saw, you know, like what you saw over there in Israel when they was protesting and going and mashing up the shops, dragging up people out of their cars, beating them, pummeling them till they're unconscious. That thing is frenzy, that thing is contagious. Violence begots violence, man. So who knows what that skirmish was, what I saw when I was over here. People stopped, people was just looking, you know, and I believe through the Spirit, I'm just talking through the Spirit, we're going to start to see more and more of those type of things, because people are their sense of justice, because they're saying, according to the news, there's about going on 50 children that were killed, and going on over 200 civilians so far, and we know that's gonna pick up. The momentum is picking up. So, you know, Benjamin Netanyahu, he's not repenting. He said we're going to keep bombing them and bombing them and bombing them. We're going to just keep bombing them until we do away with the military. So that's a frenzied spirit. You know, he ain't getting the Most High is putting the spirit on them to stir it up. So let me read on. Let me read. As a matter of fact, let me get another precept to bring out the point. Because we you know, Zephaniah 3 goes into how the Most High feels, man. And straight to 5 it says, the just Lord is in the midst thereof, he will not do iniquity. All right. Every morning doth he bring his judgments to light. He faileth not, but the unjust knoweth no shame. Right. Every morning, you know that, well, when you look at that precept, it says, he will not do iniquity. Every morning does he bring his judgments to light. So there's judgments every day. There's judgments every day. Just because you don't hear about them, they're going out. You know, it's just that he's bringing them to light. Right now he's bringing them to light. And he faileth not, but the unjust knoweth no shame. So that's all judgment. And every morning we know he loves judgment. You know, the Most High is bringing them to light, man. Kala Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, all praises to you, Ba'ashem Yahushai. And I know that the spirits are active, the right-hand spirits, the angels are active, and the left-hand spirits are active, doing the Most High's bidding, stirring up this frenzied spirit that's out here now. There is no peace for the wicked. Yeah? Let me carry on reading. It makes the point. Zephaniah 3:8. Wherefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey. So all we got to do is wait. That reminds me of what happened when we came out of Egypt, man. Stand still and see the salvation of Yehovah Ba'ashem Yahushai. You know, when they was asking Moses, what should we do? You know, they were starting to panic and get frenzied when they saw the Egyptians. You know, that was us, our ancestors, which were us. You know, panic, and we don't have to panic. We don't have to get nervous. We just stand still, as it says there. Wait ye upon me until I rise up upon the prey. Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour out upon them mine indignation. You understand? The indignation is in the earth. He's visiting the earth now. That's what you see when you see those babies getting dragged out from under the rubble. They're sitting in their houses and rockets are going right, hitting them, going through the houses while they could be eating their breakfast, their supper before they go to bed. Now they're saying that the young ones out there are getting this what they call trauma. They don't want to go to bed, they don't want to sleep. Boy. So that's all of the Most High, because the Most High is not partial, man. You know, he's not a respecter of persons. So that's why we're seeing these judgments, and a lot of the children, and that's why people are getting this spirit upon them. Vexation spirit, because they're little children as well. You see, that's why they're saying now they want to step it up. They don't want to cease fire, they want to step it up even more. That I may assemble the kingdoms, for my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour out upon them mine indignation. even my fierce anger for all the earth shall be devoured with fire of my jealousy. Right, spirit of indignation and indignation is tearing up shop, wrecking shop via the angels, which we see them all the time. You know, the so-called UFOs, or what you so-called white people, you call them aliens, which they're not aliens. They're black men, and they look very similar to us, the people that you hate. You know, they have afros, and there's that guy Norman Big Ron, yeah, when he was doing the interview, he described them. They were around 9 feet tall, 7 feet minimum to 9 foot tall, and he actually saw them, and he had a high he had a top secret badge which only 25 high officials were allowed to possess. So he was among those elite that were able to have a high entrance, or a secret, kind of like a secret service, a high ability, a high ranking person. This was a high, what they call a credible witness, you know, which he had a high entrance badge, which is only allowed for a minimum of 25 people. So you can check that out. It's up there on YouTube, where the woman, the so-called white woman, is interviewing him, and he said, yeah, those people, they were black people. And she said, what, dark? No, he said, no, they were black, real black. And you can see his body language. You know, you see the body language, like to say, cool, you know, we're in trouble. So, and he saw that, you know, so that's a credible witness, Norman Bigron, man. So they're black people. What you call aliens are so-called black people controlling the so-called UFOs, the chariots, which is all up in the scriptures. You know, check out chariots, man. It's all mentioned in Isaiah 66, Ezekiel 1. It talks about the chariots. Psalms 50, it's Psalms 56 or Psalms 58 or Psalm 68 talks about the chariots. Let me get that precept. Come on, I want to get the dust off some of those chariot scriptures. Yehoratazar, refresh my memory. So you got Psalm 68. Psalm 68, is it 17? Psalm 68, 17. He that is our God is the God of salvation, and until the God the Lord belongeth issues from death. Hold on, let me take a stop here. Yeah, Psalm 66. Let's go to Isaiah. Start with Isaiah. Like I say, when I get the dust of some of these chariot precepts, man. When I first come in the truth, this is all the precepts are, you know, these are the precepts that are really fresh in my mind. Isaiah 66 and 15 says, "For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, and to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all the flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many." Right. So like I say, these skirmishes, what you see picking up via the angels, the chariots, the Most High sending his chariots, they're in the earth, visiting the earth. Right? He says, "I will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind." Right. Like a whirlwind, to render his anger. So they're rendering his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. So the Most High is turning it up, and that's how one of the ways in which he visits the earth. Let's go to Isaiah 63:4 says, "For the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my redeem is to come." You understand? The day of vengeance is in the Most High Yehovah Ba'ashim Yehoshua's heart. And this is just one of the ways, man, how he vindicates, and he's going to vindicate us, his people. We are going to be vindicated. Yahweh Ratazar very, very shortly. That's why we're hastening the day of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And we're going to continue to do so. Hasten the day of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. So let's carry on reading where we were. Zephaniah 3 and we was in 9 says, "For then will I turn to the people a pure language, that they may all call upon my name of the Lord to serve him with one consent." 11. "In that day shalt thou not be ashamed for all the doings wherein thou hast transgressed against me. For then will I take away out of the midst of thee them that rejoice." Right. He's doing that now. The curses are falling upon them. Hence, that's how he's visiting the earth, man. "For then will I take away out of the midst of thee them that rejoice in thy pride." Yeah, look at them. You know, making us a proverb and a byword. Walking past, according to Lamentations 2 and 15, walking past, clapping their hands, hissing, laughing, and making mockery of us. Because to them, all we are now is a circus act. Bunch of freaks, as they call us, niggers or spics, Negroes, colored people. So yeah, that's what they do. They're making mockery of us. Yeah. "For in that day shalt the Lord," but he's going to make mockery of them, as it goes on to say. "In that day shalt not be ashamed for all thy doings wherein thou hast transgressed against me." Because we went off, we sinned against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Yeah. So that's why we're going through this time now. Yeah, Deuteronomy 28 talks about the curses that fell upon us. "Thou not be ashamed for all the doings wherein that thou hast transgressed against the Most High." We transgressed in our doings, in our sin, and we're still transgressing today. That's why we're still undergoing these we're still under the yoke of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. That's why I always stressed prayer. And if you're in that mindset to fast as often as you can, you pray. There's precepts going to praying without ceasing. So that's praying as often as you can, anytime you get the chance, and giving glory and praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Yeah, and we're doing it in our sincerity, asking for the Most High to deliver us out of this place, hastening the day. That's why when I first come into this truth, man, that was, which we can't get complacent. That's another thing. We can't get complacent, because with most people in this world, it could be any kind of sport. If you're doing very, very well, you can become very, very confident, and then confidence can turn into arrogance, and arrogance can turn into complacency, and you might drop off. You might not train as much. In sports, they might not train as much as they do, or they did when they first came in. And then that's where you see, that's where you see why you see a lot of people, they fall out. So it's not a matter of how long you've been in the truth, it's how long the truth has been in you. So you got to keep your mind in the truth, keep meditating and praying, watching the videos, as the elder apostles say. Yeah, it keeps you fresh. You get precepts that you haven't heard of for a long time, you brush off the dust of some of the precepts, like the chariot precepts, Ezekiel precepts, Ezekiel 1, Psalms 58. Let me see if I can go back to one of those precepts there. Psalms 60. Yes. Psalm 68 and 17 says, "The chariots of God are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them, as in Sinai in the holy place." You see, that precept just come back to me. See, while I was doing this here lesson. See, you refresh your mind, because when I was always praying, and I was always giving praise to Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai, and I saw was it last week Tuesday, and last week Monday, and last week Saturday, them chariots, I saw them, man, while I was actually giving praises and glory to the Most High, and I felt good. Because when you see them, it ain't no little thing, ain't no small thing to see a chariot going over your house and beaming up. That's not no small thing. That's them, an angel, a right-hand side angel of Yehovah B'Shem Yahushua, acknowledging you, that he knows what, that is appreciating you and what you're doing, and that encourages you, that helps you, that spurs you on to keep on going, because they know down here, they know we ain't got it easy. They admire the work that we're doing. They admire that we're keep on pushing, and any little chance they get, once your mind is in that frame of mind, they want to give you that encouragement and that boost. So that's why I always stress praying and putting curses on the wicked too. That's one of my outlets, putting curses on the wicked. And we know the Most High Yehovah B'Shem Yahushua, he loves judgments. So don't we? We love judgments too. Psalm 68 and 17 says, the chariots of God are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them, as in Zion in a holy place. So when you see them going backward and forward, that ain't no small things, and they allow you to see them. They make themselves visible to you. They're either going to do judgment, because they're not just idle flying around just for the sake of it. Their work, they're messengers of the Most High doing his work. So they're either going to do judgment to the wicked or coming from judgment. But they're always working. The angels don't sleep. So, 20. He that is our God is the God of salvation, and the God of the Lord belongeth the issues from death. But God shall wound the heads of his enemies. Right, we're seeing that now, man. And the hairy scalp of such and one as goeth on still in his trespasses. Let me start again. Breathe, take my time. But God shall wound the head of his enemies, savor it, and the hairy scalp of such one as goeth on still as his trespasses. Right, you see, he's going to wound them. You know, they think they're going to carry on. No, you don't go so. Most High's wounding them now, right before our very eyes, man. So let me go back now to where I was. Zephaniah. So we ain't going to be ashamed. It says that in that day we shall not be ashamed for all thy doings wherein thou hast transgressed against me, for then will I take away out of the midst of them that rejoice in thy pride, because these people are proud. You go into the shops and, you know, you get that sense of pride. You know, we have to deal with these people. You know, they take your money, and get out of the shop. That's the spirit of pride. These people are proud, man. You see, we weren't supposed to be around. We were supposed to be genocide out of this place, according to Daniel. Let me get Daniel. This is got to be one of my favorite precepts. You know, like I say, just getting some of the dust off some of these precepts. Like I say, we ain't gonna get complacent. We can't get complacent in this truth. We're hitting those precepts. We're hitting these precepts, man. Going in hard. Hitting these precepts 9 and 12. Daniel 9 and 12. And he that confirmed his words which he spoke against us and against our judges that judgeth us, by bringing upon us a great evil, for under the whole heaven that have not been done as have been done upon us, upon Yahshua Allah, his people. Yeah, as there's nothing that has happened to any other nation that has happened to us. But you see now they're talking about the youth them over there in Gaza and Jerusalem, Israel. They're getting trauma now. See, the little thing that they're getting, the little skirmish ain't popped off yet properly, and they're talking about trauma. You see, how are they gonna cope? If they went through what we went through, they would have dead. They would have dead long time. Trauma. They be all mad, bugged out of their head, man. But you see, Israel are the strongest people. Yahshua Allah are the strongest people. Yeah, there's a lot of bug-outs, but they're still alive. And you know, I'm aware of these bug-outs. We're all aware of these bug-outs. We know what happened. We know that nothing has been done to Israel like has been done to us. So we see these bug-outs, and we don't have to deal with them. And we know the reasons why they're like that. And that's why the Most High is going to have to give them this, they're going to have to get juke, euthanized. And they'll come back in their right mind in the kingdom, man. For now, they have to go through their judgments because they forsook, so-called, what you Christians call Jesus. They forsook him. They didn't accept him as their savior, so they have to pay the punishment for that. That's why you see them now. This is Jacob's trouble. A lot of them are getting juke, and that's judgment coming upon them. A lot of them are getting shot down. I met a Christian woman the other day. Used to go to the same place, same church, telling me that everything's happening. One thing is happening after another. Family getting juke, husband get dead, enough pastor turn backslide. It's all judgment, you see. And a pastor that I used to know, him dead, judgment fall upon him. But what you know about Jacob's trouble? They don't know, because the pastors ain't teaching them. And I had to mention this is Jacob's trouble, man. So they're going down, you so-called Christians. You are going down. You Christians are going down while we're coming up. You see? It's all spiritual. You people, you Christians are going down and we're coming up, because the Most High said that my people shall eat and you shall be hungry. My people shall drink and you shall be thirsty, you see. So it's a beautiful thing, man. And how you used to look down, you even up to this day, a lot of you Christians, like you bug-outs, Vocab Malone, yeah, the Most High has hidden the truth from you guys. But he's revealed it to babes, according to Matthew 11:25. What he has hidden from the wise and intellectual, he has revealed it to the babes. So you ain't going to be able to come to terms with that until the Most High starts afflicting you, literally afflicting you. Because you want tangibles. Be careful what you ask for. You want tangibles, he's going to show you tangibles. You're going to have to undergo a lot of those curses that we had to undergo. Those curses are going to come upon you. The Deuteronomy curses, Deuteronomy 28 curses are going to come upon you. So be careful what you ask for. We are the true men of the Lord. The people that you love to hate, the so-called niggers. The ones you love to hate, you won't see, because time and chance befell them all. You understand? Time is the revealer of all truth. Let me say it like that. Time is the revealer of all truth. So you're going to see who the men of the Lord are. You're going to see who the true men of the Lord are. And we know that you already know in the back of your mind, Vocab Malone, and a lot of you others, so-called Christians and pastors, Pastor Jennings, you already know in the back of your mind that we are the true men of the Lord. That's why you watch our videos, you study the precepts that we bring out. You're actually using them now, the precepts that we bring out. You've stolen a lot of the knowledge from us, and you want to try and use it for yourself. So, but time is the revealer of all truth. And we're going to rise up. You're going down, you false Christians, and we're rising up. So that's what it is. That's what it is, and that's a beautiful thing. So let me continue to read. Continue to read where I was. So there has not been bringing upon us a great evil. Let me go to the top. Daniel 9:12 says, and he hath confirmed his word which he spoke against us and against our judges that judgeth us, by bringing upon us a great evil, for under the whole heaven hath not been done as have been done upon Jerusalem, upon Israel, Yahshua Allah's people, which are otherwise known as the niggers and the spics. People that you love to hate. That's why you always want to be around us, you Edomites, you men and the women. You always want to be around us because you have a sick obsession with us. That's why when you used to castrate the men, yeah, in the Jim Crow, you used to castrate the men, which is all, it's all out, all the information's out, it's all documented, used to put their private parts in jars and keep them as souvenirs. You guys are sick, man. You guys are some sick people, man. You have a sick obsession, you men and the women have a sick obsession with us so-called black men. You love to hate us, that's why you like to be around us. So you can love us and then you can hate us at the same time. You're the real sick people. Talk about nothing has been done unto Jacob, like has been done unto any other nation. We have been gone through the worst that's happened. We're the most traumatized people, but you people are the most wicked and evil and sick people on the earth. You so-called white people. You do the most insane things. You're insane. Barbaric people. That's why the Most High is putting these curses that were on us upon you now. See, I understand and I sympathize to a certain extent. And when I see Jake, all these bug outs, I just say, oh, this isn't just another bug out. So-called black people is another bug out. Which is, they have to be euthanized, man, and come back. They're going to come back in their right mind. But you people, you're going to get Obadiah, you Edomites, you're going to get Obadiah 1 and 18. You out of there. Yeah? You're going to be burned up. So let me finish off where I was. We'll end off the video. We're just going to end off the precepts in Zephaniah 3. The remnant of Israel shall not do iniquity. So where was we? In 11. In that day shalt thou not be ashamed for all thy doings wherein thou hast transgressed against me, for then I will make a way out of the midst of thee. Them that rejoice in thy pride, and thou shalt no more be haughty. Why, we see how humble. They're being humbled right now over there. And all the shootings that are taking place. And the California fire is starting to pick up momentum now too. Enough of them are going to be homeless again like every year. Most High brings judgments in many. There's many ways to skin a cat. For the Most High Yahweh Shemel Shai, there's many judgments he can bring. So there's many ways he can judge the wicked. There's many ways to skin a cat. I will take away out of the midst of thee them that rejoice. So he's going to take away your pride. In thy pride, and thou shalt no more be haughty because of my holy mountain. And I will also leave in the midst of thee an afflicted and poor people. You people are going to perish. Afflicted, you're getting afflicted right now. And poverty going to be upon you. And they shall trust in poor people, and they shall trust in the name of the Lord. We're going to be teaching all you people. Yeah, in the kingdom, you're going to have to come under our yoke. And our yoke ain't going to be no light yoke. We're going to have to put it on you like you put it upon us. And the remnant of Israel shall no more do iniquity, nor speak lies, neither shall a deceitful tongue be found in their mouth. For they shall feed and lie down, and none shall make them afraid. You understand? Yeah, again, we're going to be royalty, which we're royalty now, but we're going through our curses, and we're getting our refinement, and he's bringing us up now, and the curses are going upon you, and in the kingdom we're going to be perfected, and none shall make us afraid. We're going to have fortified cities. We're fortified with gold, fortified with silver, precious gemstones, beryl, amber, all forms of onyx, precious stones. We're going to have 45 cities. We're going to be sitting on thrones, judging the 12 tribes. For they shall feed and lie down, and none shall make them afraid. So we're going to have 45 cities. We're going to feed. We're going to be living in peace, and lie down in peace, and wake up in peace. 14. This, and make them afraid. Sing, O daughter of Zion. Shout, O Israel. Be glad and rejoice with all thy heart, O daughter of Jerusalem. 15. The Lord hath taken away thy judgments. He hath